Hey guys, this is Parvez. So today's video is about answering the most common but important question that people have. Will I get a job in Ireland? This is the exact same question I had when I was back home in India. That's where I come from. And a lot of people asked me this question over the last few days. So I'll try and share my own views on this particular question and also talk about my own experience of searching, applying, and preparing for jobs here in Ireland. And just to let you guys know that I came to Ireland as a student. I applied for several jobs. I've given a lot of interviews. I've been rejected in most of the interviews, and I've worked with 2 different companies so far in Ireland. Currently, I'm working with Accenture as a DevOps engineer in the innovation lab here in Dublin. So I've been through the journey, and I think that some of my experience would be helpful to you guys. Right. So the first thing is, how is the job market like? Right. So if you try to ask yourself, will I get a job? The first thing is, are there jobs in Ireland? So the first thing I recommend is go to LinkedIn, go to monster.ie, go to indeed.ie, irishjobs.ie, and all these websites. And in the search bar, just look for the skills that you have. For example, software engineer or mechanical engineer or finance manager or business analyst, etc. And once you type this, hit enter and see what jobs are there in the market as of now in 2017. It should return you a list of all the jobs available for a given skill. That should give you some idea of how many jobs are there in the market. Right? This is the most simplest and the easiest way of looking at whether there are jobs or not. Because no matter how much you prepare or work hard, if there are no jobs, then there's no point. Second is coming to the question, will I get a job? Now, according to me, this question is a bit tricky because there are a few things involved in this entire job process. Now, if you look at this, in order to get a job, the first thing you need to do is get through all the interview rounds. But in order to get the interview or get through the interview rounds, you need to first get an interview call. In order to get an interview call, you should first have the skills that are required for a given job. And in order to have those skills, you can either have work experience or you need to have some project work that you've done in your college, right? So if you look at the whole process, you are eventually coming back to what do you have on your CV, right? So according to me, the real question is not will I get a job, but the real question is how can I improve my chances of getting a job? And the only way you can do that is by working on your CV, which is where you put all your skills and your experience. So it is very important that you understand this because no one can ever answer this question for you in a binary way, yes or no. So if you ask me, will I get a job? And if I say yes, I'm actually lying to you. Or if I say no, I'm still lying to you. But can you improve your chances of getting an interview call if you do certain things? Then yes, you can definitely do that, right? So if anyone guarantees you a job, they're lying, is what I would say first. So how do you improve your chances of getting a job? And how did I do it is what I'll talk about. There are several things that are important here in Ireland. So like the first thing I pointed out was LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where you can put all the important skills and work experience projects that you have. And this is a way for the recruiter to have a look at your profile and see what you have done throughout your career. And also, this is quite helpful in cases where, let's say you don't apply for a job, but in a company there are certain roles open for and they're hiring. So the recruiter will sit down on LinkedIn and look for certain skill sets. And if the recommendation list has your name in the list, then the recruiter may look at your profile. And if the recruiter sees that you have the skills required for that job, then you might have the recruiter contacting you. And this is exactly what happened for me with Accenture. In Accenture, I was actually contacted by a recruiter through LinkedIn. And that's how the whole interview process was triggered, and I actually got the job. So it is important to have a LinkedIn profile. Second, of course, your skills. Skills is where you can either have experience of your previous work, or if you don't have that, then your college projects and all the work that you do in your college. Nothing can replace the skills required to do a particular job. So you need to really work on your skills and have that for making yourself more eligible for a given role. So skills cannot be replaced, so you have to work on that. Second is, if you're in technology, then your online presence. So if you're in technology, you could have a GitHub account which has the projects that you have done on your own and contributed to, let's say, the open source community, right? So if you're applying for a company that contributes to the open source community, then they may be interested in looking at your profile because you've done the same, right? What have you done by doing this is you've increased your chance of getting that particular interview, right? And the third is, so second, of course, is your online presence. You need to have your LinkedIn, you need to have your online presence. You could be contributing or doing projects, and when you write your CV, you can add your GitHub account link and all other accounts and send it over. The third thing, of course, is your CV, right? The first impression that the recruiter gets is with your CV. And in Ireland, when you're applying for jobs, some of them, in fact, most of them would expect a cover letter. So the cover letter is basically describing about yourself and why are you interested in that role, what skills you have that you think would be good for that particular role, right? So you're more about talking yourself. This gives the recruiter a chance to sort of have an idea about you without having communicated with you, right? So this is very important. How do you write your CV that is acceptable here in Ireland, because it's different. For example, I come from India, so the CV that I write in India, I cannot bring over the same CV and apply for jobs here in Ireland. I have to write a different CV. If you're coming here for education, your college may help you with writing a CV, but it is important. Once you have your CV and cover letter written exactly how people want, you've increased your chances again. Now the fourth thing would be community work. So what adds up is, let's say you do some volunteering when you come to Ireland. So you could be doing volunteering for some cause, which shows that you get involved in the community, you try to help others, and this may also give you a chance to connect with people, because when you do volunteering, you are working with different people from different nationalities. Ireland today is the most multicultural country. So if you go out and you meet people, you will meet people from different nationalities. You may get connections, and this might help you somewhere down the line. But again, this can go on your CV, which shows the recruiter that you're a person who goes out as well, which is what most of the companies here do, right? They sometimes get involved in marathons or volunteering work, etc. So this is quite important as well. Now, these are some of the things that if you really do, then you have increased your chances of making the recruiter believe that you have what it takes to do a particular job. Whatever I said after LinkedIn and your experience, that's really a good thing to have. Of course, you can never replace your projects, your skills, your experience. That is very important for any role in order to do a job. But you should be able to also get comfortable with the team and the people in the office. Communication skills is very important. It is a way where you also communicate with the team and everyone in the office. So if I have to explain a problem or ask for a solution, I need to talk to people, and you need to improve your communication skills as well, which you might do if you do some volunteering work or something like that. So these are the things that really are important. If you do these things, then you've definitely increased your chance of getting an interview call. Once you get the interview call, then you go for the interview rounds. And if you go through the interview rounds, check out my other video where I've explained the interview process. And once you go through the interview process, you've done well. You go through the interviews, get the offer, and you get the job. So the real question for me is not will I get a job, but will I get a job if I actually work hard and improve my chances of getting that job. Then you should definitely have a shot at the opportunities. But in my experience, I've been here for 3 years now. What I've seen is people have, people who are non-EU have got jobs. People are working here, including myself. So it does mean that people, companies here are looking for talent. They're looking for people, and they will hire you if you have the skills. So it's a good thing to know. It's a good thing to know that people do hire. You're not the first person who's going to come here and make the employer hire a non-EU. People have done it before, so it's okay. But you also need to be aware that it's up to you. You are the person who can answer the question, will I get a job? If you work hard and if you do everything that's right for the Irish market, then you've increased your chances. And in such cases, mostly you would end up getting a job. And that's how I ended up getting a job. I really followed these things, and these things really helped me as well. So hopefully this answers the question. If you think this was helpful, let me know. If you have any other questions, leave a comment and I'll try and answer those questions for you. Next, I'll be making videos on going how to actually apply for these jobs, and some tips for freshers, because I came here as a fresher as well, and this might help even for others who are experienced. And this will be based on things that I've seen. So you could subscribe and be updated. And if you think that this was useful, try and share it with others as well. Hopefully everyone gets a job, and let me know if you do get a job. Thank you.